Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Diachronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video where we're going to be exploring the new trailer that just launched. This is going to be the launch trailer from Bungie where they show off a whole bunch of new things, new ghost shells, new ships, new locations, all the different new stuff we've been looking forward to, even a lot of stuff from the raid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch that trailer, and then afterwards we're going to break it down.
There's been a development on Mercury. Vex activity there surged exponentially. And at the same time, the most notorious Guardian in Vanguard history has returned, Osiris. Go to Mercury and find Osiris.
Seconds remaining. What? Delightful! This is wonderful! Make that look easy.
And there you have it. That's the launch trailer for Curse of Osiris for Destiny 2. And I gotta say, even with the bad press going around Bungie right now, they know how to make a goddamn amazing trailer. And I always love watching them over and over because they are awesome to watch. Without further ado, let's break it down. First section here, we see what we obviously know already. It's Ike Aura telling you about this incredible story of Osiris coming back and the Vex attacking. We gotta go to Mercury, and of course we got a lot of cool little scenes in between where you can see different things. Like, for example, in this scene we can see some fanatic guys, you know, the Vex fanatics. Perhaps this next one with the hologram-like thing behind him, this Minotaur, is a type of ascendant or descendant or predecessor or redecessor or an Oreo. I'm not sure what kind of faction he's part of, but it looks different, and hopefully we can see like maybe a story opening for the Vex to understand what's actually going on. Maybe we'll actually have a Vex character that talks to us. I don't know. Come on, Bungie, we need some Vex guy to talk to us that's not just the ghost or that harpy that's really a human. Come on! Next up here, we see some other changes to the Vex models, different interesting looks to them. We got gold guns, holographic like silver, like weird coveralls on these on these Vex. It's hard to say whether these guys are more ascended than the Vault of Glass ones or if they're somewhere in an equal range, but they are definitely different looking. Hopefully they do some different things, and we can expect to see something new. And of course, Osiris himself, the most notorious Vanguard. But why is he the most notorious one? Obviously, with Curse of Osiris, we're going to see these new story missions. Obviously, going to have cinematics and crazy storylines. I'm super excited for the story out of this one, especially considering it has keys into the Vault of Glass, as well as the Osiris, the most notorious thing, you know, Trials of Osiris. We get to understand this story that they've created and molded, and I gotta say, even with the bad press, I gotta mention it again, writers, good job. You've been nailing it. Everyone else, figure out what the writers are doing, because you've been nailing it. And of course, welcome to Mercury. We've got new experiences coming up with new things like new strikes and all this crazy stuff. I want to mention here with Ike Aura kind of in this scene, hopefully that she actually has a part in this. It would be really cool to see her actually boots on the ground with us in a mission. I'm not sure if that's possible, but you know, I mean, the Marines in Halo weren't that bad, right? They didn't just drive off with your tanks and warthogs. Of course, in this next scene, we get to see some strike gameplay here with this hunter flying through the air, and of course, the Red Death hand cannon we got to see a couple days ago, and hopefully it's like a Red Death where it recharges your health on kills. Oh, goddamn, I love myself some regeneration, so hopefully it's not just spikes and blood, and we can actually see some Red Death action. Coming up in this next scene, we see some sparrows racing along. Obviously, there's going to be new sparrows that we get to race on. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, SRL. Wait, no, that's probably not what's going on. But it's interesting. We got two people racing against each other and over a jump. Obviously, this is probably some part of a strike somewhere. You have to do this, but it kind of gets me thinking, if they put SRL in this DLC or the next one, even if it's a small DLC, I'm like 100% in, because it's the only Crucible match type that I ever won at, and I would love to play it again. Let's just hope that it's not locked behind a Tess Everest station. And of course, in this next scene, we see a Cabal, kind of like a boss guy, maybe a Centurion-like thing with new kind of armor. We love it when they have new looks to them. And of course, you also see on his loincloth at the bottom, he is Red Legion, which begs the question again. Who is leading the Red Legion, if not for Gaul? Is it the Emperor? Is there a whole new faction? There's nobody who seems to be in a leadership position. Who is leading them? And of course, we also see some new Crucible matches. I'm not a big Crucible guy, but all I can see is shotgun kill, shotgun kill, shotgun kill. And of course, we see something more interesting here. We see some new Monarchy ornaments. You can see here on the armor, bright red armor, new Monarchy helmet, Titan-looking guy. You get to see this lion on the side of his shoulder. So I'm excited to see some of these ornaments in play, as well as the Vice grenade launcher. I forget the name of it, but we've seen it in a couple of other trailers, and we're excited to see if a grenade launcher actually is good in this game, and to see what's actually going on, and see if it's good. And of course, we also get to see this Titan do his little selfie shot in the Crucible, the little taunts. Bungie knows how to make an interesting emote system. We get it. It's funny. I really want this emote. I actually want to see the Titan pull out a camera, like in third-person view. Like if you're looking at somebody else doing it, I want to see him pull out like an iPhone, sponsored by iPhone. You know, I want to see Bungie sell out just to have a funny gag. That would be funny. So we'll get to see what that looks like from another point of view once it comes out. Of course, in this next scene, we get to see the new gear. Most of the armor is pretty similar to the stuff we've seen in the past, as well as the game that we already have now. But the most interesting thing has to be the ghost. They have this new weird, like, flat origami-looking look to them. You can see a lot more detail on the front of them, whereas before it was like weird angles. You couldn't really see much. And of course, the last ghost has the most interest. You actually see the galaxy on him. I can't wait to see how shaders apply to these ghosts. If you use a red type shader, if it'll make it like a red galaxy on the ghost. Oh man, that And of course, right after that, we get to see the new ships that are coming in. Some old models, some new models on them. Lots of interesting new things on, especially this last scene. Bottom right ship, I gotta say, looks very royal. Lots of weird little vault of glass things sticking out. Could be the raid ship. Or, you know, it could be locked behind Tess Everest Station. We don't know as of yet. And more! As we're going through here, we can see more scenes of the Lost Forest, the similar things that they saw in the previous reveal stream, coming up into this last section where we get to see the new trace rifle. Holla! We get to see a fire trace rifle. Obviously, this is going to be a different gun. Hopefully, there's something new to it, that it's not just like the fusion rifle with the cold heart and all that stuff. Hopefully, it has something different. Maybe it's not just 101 ammo in it. It does the same damage. Perhaps it's something different, interesting. Maybe it splits and bounces. I don't know. But I'm super excited anyways, because I love me some trace rifle. Coming up in this next scene, we can see a purple-like hunter with a pink-like gun. We love to play with our shaders, what can I say? But this gun has me interested. It kind of looks like a shotgun, but at the same time, it also kind of looks like the Jade Rabbit from Destiny 1. And I'm not saying that it is the Jade Rabbit, but the Jade Rabbit would definitely go pink. I'm not kidding you. I mean, in the first game, it wasn't pink, but you've seen a lot of emblems with the Jade Rabbit with a pink background, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jade Rabbit having an appearance, but of course, this is just me talking out of my ass, so who knows what's actually going on. And of course, coming into the raid. There's not a lot of stuff they showed us here in this raid thing, but the raid lair, returning to the Leviathan, there's a couple of interesting things that I have to point out as we go along. Firstly, it looks like most of the things that are being shown in here are from the Leviathan underbelly, where you explore and do a whole bunch of jump puzzle. You can see in multiple different scenes what looks to be jump puzzle-like things. Very seldomly do we get to see enemies, and nowhere do we get to see any puzzle-like interfaces. Obviously, they're trying to hide as much as they can so that you can experience it for yourself when you actually jump down there and fight it. Who knows when this is going to be releasing? It could be a week after the release. It could be the day of release. I'm not too sure. It's likely that it's a week after the release, so stay tuned for that. And of course, I'm also coming into finals week, and they had to do it on the finals week. They just had to do it every single time. And of course, the only way to end an epic trailer is for a beautiful mic drop. You know, Bungie, ever since you started going in on those emotes, I've been so more excited to actually start using them because, my god, they help with conversations. Let me tell you, if you have like every emote in the game, you can do an entire conversation just by being like, you know what? Ain't talking to you. Mic drop. And as a last little thing I just wanted to mention on this last mic drop scene, you can see the guy just mic drop while in front of in the lighthouse, and next to him is like a warlock just looking at Osiris. And the one thing I wanted to mention is that there's just this hunter that's just running behind him. Did they notice that they it kind of looks like they legit pulled this from one of the reveal streams, that they're just like, mic drop, no, what are you doing running in the back? And well, whatever. I thought that was interesting, that it seemed unchoreographed in that last little section when everything else seems so choreographed. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did learn something from that trailer breakdown. Let me know what you guys saw that I haven't seen. Maybe there's something interesting. Leave in the comments down below. And of course, let me know what you guys are most excited for in Curse of Osiris. There should be another video dropping today that has a whole different type of feel to it. So if you guys are watching any future videos, it's going to be a whole different type of persona from Diachronic here. So don't be surprised or confused. It's going to be a little different. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. My name's been Diachronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.